so we are now in a state of I need to stop being all talk and be a little more action when it comes to my quilt projects. And so we're going to be starting another project today that I have literally changed my mind on like 16 times. So you've seen this fat quarter bundle before. It is my Muppets fat quarter bundle. There were 10 prints in there, and I went back and forth on whether I wanted to do something quick, something cool and quick. And the first one that came to mind is the Swoon Quilt from Thimble Blossoms. And I really liked it. I kept going, I was like, oh, this will be awesome. And I was like, but if I want to do this quick, this isn't going to be quick because I got to deal with directional fabric and all sorts of things and figuring out pairings and stuff and all that. So I was like, forget that. Then I decided, okay, I'll do the board and batten quilt. But every time I looked at it, I was like, I like this quilt. I like how it looks in the picture, but I felt like I was making it work just because I wanted to, not that this was the best fabric for that choice. So I will probably still make that quilt at some point, but out of more tonals or grunge or something like that. And so I went to my Dropbox folder and I was like, what do I have that can work good with this Muppets fabric? And we are back to the Swoon Quilt. I just looked at it again. I said, you know what? Doesn't matter about getting it done quick. I'm already this far in. We're already in July at this point, where this video could very well post in August, maybe September, who knows? And I just gotta do it. So I am gonna use the same fabric that I was planning, and so now I just have to pair it up a little bit differently. So let me refresh you on my fabric that I have so far. So I was already ironing this out because I was ready to do that board and batten and just chop into them. But I've got all my Muppets. One of these I do have to boot out because there are 9 stars and I have 10 fat quarters here. And I am pretty sure this one's gonna get the boot because as much as we love Miss Piggy, this is the only pink one. Nothing else is this pink. So what I'm probably gonna do is put her aside. Maybe I'll make something extra out of it. I've got a couple little bag patterns that take a fat quarter, so maybe I'll give that a try out with that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take these fabrics and my big old grunge bag right here that I have squished everything in from that fabulous grunge delivery I got earlier this year. So that's all the fat quarters, and what I want to do is pick out a fat quarter that coordinates well with each one. Well, not you, with each one. So like pick something that's animal-esque on there, one of those colors. This one I've got a lot of color options with. I think I have a fat quarter that's Fozzie Bear colored. This one I am going to do is the duplicate of. I've got 2 Kermits as well. So Kermit 1, Kermit 2 is on green, wherever he is. Somewhere in here. So there's 2 animals. Oh, there's Kermit 2. So I've got 2 Kermits, 2 animals, 2 Miss Piggies, but pink one's gonna go away. Beaker, Statler Waldorf, and then the group ones. So I think that's gonna get me a good variety to kind of shuffle up the 9 stars. And then my background color is this grunge. So my previous pattern shopping called for 4 yards and there was about 4.5 left on the bolt. So this pattern needs 4 1/4. So clearly it's meant to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these another good iron. I think they need another hot press. They've been folded for a very long time. And check out some fat quarters over here. And then we're gonna follow these cutting instructions. Let me show you what this block looks like. So this is what the quilt's gonna end up looking like. It ends up being 80 by 80, which is a relatively large size, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And so my plan is that my Muppets are gonna be the inner stars, and then the grunge is gonna be where the blue is on there. So fabric 1 and fabric 2, I think they're gonna pair together quite well. And I think it's just gonna be really fun. And I think this just needs to be a fun project that doesn't matter how tricky it is. I am gonna have to do some directional Haskell triangles though, so buckle up. So after much procrastination, all of my background pieces have now been cut, and I've got some fabric to spare just in case. So I've got big squares, little squares, rectangles, and my sashing. And then all these guys are paired up with their grunge counterparts and ready to go. So some of these are directional, some of them are not. And as you can see, Pink Miss Piggy made the cut. So I will have to do a little finagling with my half square triangles. So I'm gonna get started on those, and then I will show you how I make directional work in this pattern. So here we've got our old 3.5-ish year old used and abused rotating mat, and here is a nice pretty new one. These things are expensive, but as you can see, I got 3.5 years out of that one. It's probably got a little more life in it, but I wanted to go a little bit bigger. So I'm going to show you how I trim up my half square triangles and the way that I do it. So if you have a half square triangle, you have a 45-degree line. So I line it up with that degree line because I want that to stay where it's supposed to be. So then I'll just kind of take these and line them on up. This other one, this one's a 17-inch square. The other one was a 14-inch round. So I'm thinking I'll be able to get more half square triangles lined up on here, which makes me happy. So there's that way. And then what I do the other direction, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this as well. Okay, let's see here. How can I get all of these in here? So I've got to get this guy here, and that's going on up. Maybe I won't be able to get quite as many. No, we'll make some magic happen. This one goes here. So, and then I will, where's my corner? There we go. So this one I can't necessarily follow the line, but that's okay, because then I can get 3. Corner, oh, I want my corner there. And there. And then I'll have to play with this mat a little bit more. You're getting like maiden voyage right now. So where's my corner? I think we'll go there. Oh, we'll come back to these. This will give me 6, and I have 2 more of these left. So then I'm gonna take my little ruler, and then I'm gonna find this line to trim them up on. Make sure none of my, see this one, this guy's scooched. So I've got to unscooch you. So we've got our line there. And this is what I do for any size of half square triangles, because they've all got that 45-degree angle. So there's that side, and I'm going to go over here and get these 3. And then I'm going to rotate. Oop, hitting my circle over here. Rotate, because I don't want to pick those up and shift them like I see that I need to do, because these don't line up. Oops. My master plan has been foiled. Okay, we're going to scoot all of these. Boop. And scoot you down that way. You're getting around the 45 that way. Let's get you straight away over there. Okay, now we're back in action. So that's our cut line so far. Okay. Keeping it exciting. All right, there we are. So then this way we're gonna go 1, and 2, oops, and 3, and now we rotate. This side. A little wonky here. Another one. And 2, and 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then one more rotate. And 1. And 2, and 3, and there we go. So now we've got much prettier half squared triangles. So I'm going to stack them with my seams kind of alternating every other, and then I'm going to stick them under my wool mat. I've got a small little wool mat that I think a lot of you have seen me use before. And then that is going to be kind of act like a clapper and really help push these down in my scientific sorts of way. So there you have it. All right, so something's wrong here. And there we go. So then I'm going to do all of these, and then I think after that comes what comes next? Next is going to be flying geese, I think. I love partially reading my pattern and then getting excited to go. So let's go do that. So my handy dandy faux clapper has squished all of these half square triangles on down, and I think I'm going to come back on another video to do the rest of the block making, because I know there was a lot going on with showing you how I trim these up and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. We're coming back with more Muppety goodness, but it's gonna all be good, so that you don't have to spend 6 years watching one Muppet quilt when you can have little bites of it. So we'll see you again soon with some happy Kermity Frog friends.